Hey there, good folks. Dr. Charlie here. Welcome to our Charlie Chats for today. Let us take 3 deep breaths and begin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. One more time. Breathe in and release. We have a better camera angle today, which personally I am excited about. Um, Agility, I think, is the what's most present for me is what it means to be agile in a world that is changing. There's like 50 thoughts downloading at the moment. So being agile in a literal sense, the angle is better because I'm in a different chair. The chair that I had was too low and finally actually broke. And so I have a different chair that is a much better angle for this camera at this angle, but this laptop is also sitting on another laptop because computer agility is maybe something I also need in any given moment. Agility of friendships, allowing all relationships really, allowing relationships to run their course and actually letting them go when the time is right, is necessary. I was just before this I was reading the I'm going to claim it the beginnings of a book of a friend of mine, and his stories are tremendous. First of all, second of all, he's a tremendous storyteller, and so I think our task, he watches these, so he may feel called out. I don't mean to call you out, friend. I'm just observing your brilliance is what I'm doing. His stories may need some fleshing out, is his part, but we may work together on kind of uh, plumping and shaping them and ordering them, putting them in an order that makes sense for him, the writer, and makes sense for us, the reader, as well. Us, the readers, as well. Don't rush it. I'm just saying, when this is ready, and I'm absolutely including myself in the we of this. When we're ready to announce it, whenever down the line that is, y'all gonna be in for it. It's gonna be good. Agility. So there's agility in storytelling. There's agility in which aspects of yourself show up in any given moment. And note that you have so many aspects, and they are important. And it is important to know the fullness of yourself and to understand that there is a time and a place for everything. Let me be clear also, that is not an excuse for respectability politics to continue about the ways that women and black folks and brown folks and whoever is mm, the person who has to do the respectability politics, the person who is charged with in quotations, is charged with having to only present certain aspects of themselves for the comfort level of others. I'm not talking about that here. I am talking about the idea that sometimes you'll get more flies with honey than you will with vinegar. Um, and knowing when you need a hammer or when you need an envelope opener. Um, Knowing when you need water as life preserving or you need water to go swimming in, or water to talk to Mama Ocean, or water to process your emotions. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about there is a time and place for each aspect of yourself, and knowing the fullness of all of those aspects part of what makes you you and makes you connect or disconnect with others around you. And so knowing when those elements are in full bloom can be a really great gift and asset to the knowing of yourself. Also, agility can show up in things like the way that restaurants have been able to adapt their services and service offerings and the way that they offer their services in order to meet what everything that's unfolding now, with the pandemic still being ongoing. That could be a whole other set by itself. I have a lot of thoughts about that and how people are just being plain selfish in their disregard for other people's health and well-being. But are we really surprised by that? If we take a look at all of the rest of the events happening in the United States, in this country where I am, we can understand the spiritual bypassing nature of opening up restaurants instead of having to deal with racial unrest. So agility, agility there too. The more agile restaurants, they're just able to say, okay, here's what it is today. How do we figure out today? Or here's what it is for this step. How do we figure out this step? A popular chain restaurant was building near my house and they were set to open during the pandemic. And you know what? They did open, but instead of the drive-through window that's just a window from, the waist up, they made it a door. They made it a full door that so that their associates can come in and out and continue to be socially distant if they need to. So should this happen again, they will be much better prepared. And I was talking to my mom about this last night. I bet that's going to be their new model for new builds moving forward. And they've been very agile. They've very quickly had kind of the right tools to continue serving people in a way that kept enough distance between people. They were very clear about getting all of their people masks, and of course their corporate branded masks. I'm not mad at that. If you're gonna provide supplies to people who are working for you while they're working for you, I'm not mad that they have your logo on them. But they were really agile, and so I was impressed with that level of agility in their day to day, in their moving forward, their ability to say, "Oh, we're on the ground, we're changing this." I really do suspect that the door at the drive-through window will become a door for them moving forward. And so my question for you today is, where are you being agile? Where are you not being agile? Has your time has that allowed you to see what really is working, what really is not working in the grand scheme of your life, and perhaps the day-to-day details that make up the grand scheme of your life? And what point of agility can you utilize as we continue to unfold into the fullness of our beings? I have been saying for a long time now that what this time requires of us, this time of great change, it requires us to be our full selves. And for some of us, we may never have had the opportunity to be our full selves. For others of us, aspects of our full selves may be problematic in their interactions with other people. And that may be something we need to take a closer look at with the idea, with the intention that this is something that can be agile too. So where, what, how are you agile in your world? What does that look like for you in your day to day? How do you interact in your agility with the people around you? I also encourage that agility is both stillness and agility is boundaries as well. I'm not suggesting that you be so agile that you have no boundaries and people can walk all over you or kind of step around you as if you don't exist. I'm not suggesting that at all. Sometimes agility is standing your ground. Sometimes agility is not being agile, is being steadfast in right here, right now, in this moment. And so I really encourage you to explore what agility is for you and how it shows up and what can work better. What is working, what can work better. And to go forth into your day, into your week, into your weekend with those thoughts front of mind. I am Dr. Charli. It is absolutely my great pleasure and deep honor to share this time and space with you. If you find you need some extra support in agility, in standing your ground, in being the fullest version of yourself, please check out my website, drcharliebrown.com. Charli with just an I and brown like the color. Among other things, among my other offerings, I have a course called Everyday Tools, called Practical Tools for Everyday Wellness. I went back and forth on where everyday was going to go and where practical was going to go. You can find that Practical Tools for Everyday Wellness, an online self-paced course. You can find that on my website in the menu or slash practical dash tools. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Dr. Charli Brown. And until we meet again, I encourage you to take great care.